Hello and welcome to NS number 5. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be writing decimals as a reduced fraction. Alright, so the first step you're going to want to do is to rewrite your number. And you want to get rid of the decimal. We want to get rid of that. Now you can't just erase it and throw it away and forget about it. There's a process. So the first step in the process is to move it as far right as you can until you get to the end. All right. So that gives us a 2, right? All right. Now this notation right here is important, so you need to be doing this in your notes. So that's the first step right there. And so the next step that we're going to go through is we're going to take that 2 and we're going to make it into a fraction, and we're going to put a 1 at the bottom, and then go back to A. How many numbers did you have to jump to get the decimal to the far right? We just have to jump one number. So we're going to put 1, 0 next to the 1. So we got 2 over 10. Now it says reduced fraction. So you're not just done. You got a fraction, but is it reduced? Alright, so that goes into step C. And to reduce it, you find the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor of 2 and 10 is 2. So 2 over 10 divide by 2 equals 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And that is our reduced fraction. So 1 over 5 is the answer. That's your reduced fraction. All right, let's look at your next question. Write 2 over 5 as a percent. Okay, so we're kind of going to be going in reverse a little bit because we had a fraction and we started with a decimal, so now we're kind of going the other way. So let's start with 2 over 5. We need to turn that into a decimal. You can't go right to percent. So first we turn it into a decimal. So the first thing we do is divide. And you divide top by bottom. There's the top number, and there's the denominator, the bottom number. So let's see, 5 and 5 can't go into 2, so we're going to add a decimal here, a decimal there, and put a big 0 here, keeping the alignment in place. And then we add another 0 here, so it's 2.0. 5 can go into 20, so 5, and it can do it 4 times, so 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract 20 minus 20 is 0, and we have no more numbers here, no more numbers here, so we got our 0.4. Now, that's not a percent though. So to get a percent, I'm going to take the decimal and move it once, twice to the right, always twice. And that means you got to fill in the blanks with any zeros. Just always a 0. So, and that's it. Actually, that kind of snuck in a second step. Right here, that's the second step right here. That twice to the right decimal, and then that's it. That's your final answer is 40. All right, let's look at the next problem. All right, so write 0.35 as a reduced fraction. We're going to do the same thing that we did up top. So 0.35, so we're going to take that, and we're going to move the decimal as far to the right as we can. So 1 bounce, 2 bounce. This is its new position. So 35. And then, so step B. I'm going to take that 35 and make a new fraction, 35 on top. Fraction line, draw 1. We bounced once, twice. So once, twice, 2 zeros. So 35 over 100. And then finally, we're going to reduce it. And the reduction, the greatest common factor, is going to be 5. So 35 divided by 5 equals 7. 100 divided by 5 equals 20. And these do not have a greatest common factor, so 7 out of 20 is our final answer. Alright, last question, number 4. Write 1 over 8 as a percent. Okay, we've already done one just like this, and we're going to do one, do it all just like that one. Alright, so step A is top divided by bottom. 1 divided by 8. Alright, 8 can't go into 1, so we're going to add a decimal. And 0 right over the 1. And then, so we then add another 0 there, so 1.0. 8 can go into 10 exactly 1 time without going over. So 8 times 1 equals 8. Subtract, and we're left with a 2. And so we add another 0 here, bring it down. 8 can go into 20 2 times without going over. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract. We're left with a 4. We're going to have to add another 0. Going to keep going until we solve this thing. So 0 comes down. 8 can go into 45 times. It can go into it 5 times evenly, because 8 times 5 is 40. Subtract, get 0. So then, okay, we're done. We got our decimal. So step B is taking that decimal and turning it into a percent. So 0.125. Decimal twice to the right. 1, 2. Giving us a final answer of 12.5%. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in class. Thank you.